Sorry about that. Can you hear me now? I am side questing my fire. Probably a bad time because they patched fire. Well, not patched, but they changed fire a little bit. Who knows if they're still good, but I'm pretty sure they're still really good. Plus, it's good to have extra max wizard, you know. It's always good. And then maybe I'll make a death. Maybe not today, but maybe next month. But when I say make a death, I mean just buy one, because I'm not gonna quest it. I'm gonna quest it from 150, but I'll buy the elixirs. I feel like that's just way more worth my time than having to play. It's kind of a lot though. I think it's 40 plus 30. But then again, Arc 1 is actually kind of fun. Might want to revisit it. I don't really like Celestia, although I do like it more than the others. I mean, the ones ahead of it. Avalon is so long and dumb. I don't really like Avalon. Oh, it's not too bad. It's pretty straightforward, but it's a lot. And then I don't think I've played Chrysalis more than once, and I don't want to play it again. Be right back. Questing my fire with the aid of my balance. The 3 boxes open. You gotta do what you gotta do. I think 2 is the sweet spot on it, actually, if you're questing, because you don't draw the extra minion. Why does it keep dividing my... Oh, this is annoying. Now I really hate Cineopolis. Cineopolis. Wow. Finished Avalon on my other 2 accounts yesterday. Wow, this is loud. Is it loud? Yeah, I just did Avalon. I was like, oh my gosh. It was like, I did it all in one sitting. I was breaking though. Like, I was like, oh my goodness. I was getting mad, actually. It just would not stop. Obviously, I was doing it with my 180, so it wasn't bad. Still. I just think it gets extremely repetitive. The questing parts. And plus, you don't, like, you're not gonna die. I feel like if you lower level, they have, you know, you can kind of die sometimes, and you have that, oh, I'm trying not to die and trying to make it to the last without dying. But I think once you get to a certain level with gear, it's impossible for mobs to kill you, right? So that's why I'm just like, the only reason they're here is just to slow you down. Like when they stun, like when a mob stuns. Like the collecting, like you have to collect. I hate it. I hate having to collect. It's just so lame. I get it if a boss stuns, makes more sense, right? Because the boss can kill you. I think the bosses are fine. It's more the mobs. The small mobs are what's annoying. Keep finding cantrips. Oh, Chrysalis. I am still in the same sitting. Jeez, yeah. I haven't done Chrysalis since like the first time I ever did it, so I don't remember too much. But I do remember it's a pretty weird boss. I mean, long. Or so they say. It's one of the longest. But I did 150 to Sinalopolis, so I have to remember what I just did, because I just kind of blasted through them. Wallaroo was alright, actually. Now revisiting the campfires, they're not that bad. Like with fire, the campfires aren't too bad. With ice, they were like impossible. I just couldn't really kill them too good. But with fire, they went down pretty easily. Easy to kill. And plus, the first time around, I was doing it with quad boxing. Sheesh. I'm technically tri-boxing, but only one of my wizards are questing, and one of them's helping because it's already maxed, so it's not terrible. But when I was dual boxing my ice and my balance, I had to like collect the quests individually, and that was hard. I kept skipping. Like I would do a quest on one and claim the reward, and then I'd forget to claim on my other wizard, and then I had to go all the way back and then claim and then do it again. I kept doing that. It was like messing up a lot. Wow, I keep finding these. There's a lot in here. I'll come back. Anyways, we got a good game now, Christopher D. There were some good games last stream. Towards the end, there was like 3 ice battles versus this guy. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, it was 2 of these. Oh yeah, the collect stuff off the ground is also annoying. The kill and collect is annoying, but it's not as annoying when you have 2, because you can like pull more monsters to kill them faster. So you don't have to do a lot of battles. You can do like 1 battle, maybe 2 if it's collect 4. But the off the ground is pretty terrible. And especially if both of you have the quest. Like if both are questing, that's annoying. It's a lot better when one is maxed. Way better, because I think I got through it really fast. Like it only took me like 2 days to hit 170 from 150. 2 max helping my 2 questing. That's so much. I mean, it's faster though, but still. So, Orpheus Dreamer, that's a funny. He's pretty good balance. I mean, myth. But he fought ice yesterday and lost both battles. Because the ice kept healing. Like, the ices were healing a lot. Like, and a lot of rebirths. So I think Ice Jade is probably going to be the next good thing for ice. At least versus myth. And they use rebirth, like a lot of rebirths to take off the traps. Yeah. The gold keys. Those are pretty annoying. I should start doing the daily spirals to get the keys, but yeah, when you're alone. Honestly, that's the only reason I made, because I hate waiting. Like, I don't like to wait, so I just duel. I made my so I made my balance because I just couldn't wait anymore. And then once I made my balance, I literally just quested solo the entire game. Darn it, I don't know the teleport part. but Death Myth, right? Honestly, there's so little myths playing, people don't really know where they stack up. But they play like fire. The only bad thing is their ticks don't really. Their ticks are bombs, which is bad because you can push them without getting any damage done. But they're a combination of fire and death because they have their shadow spell packs with shields, which is really good on self. Anything that has on self spell that you can manipulate yourself is very easy to meet the pact, because you know, it's not like a random thing. Like with ice, terrible shadow pip spells, like the worst. Because the first one is you have to have weaknesses on you, so that's basically counting on the enemy to put something on you that you don't even know if they're gonna do. And then you have also, you don't want to destroy. Why are they? Yeah, I think it should have just been straight up damage, honestly, or just make them ticks. I just feel like ticks aren't good. I mean, I just feel like the bombs are not that good. Ticks are good because they allow you to break the shields while also doing damage. Scion is blue and green. For the 6th round, if your does huge gun, 2 ways, pips and buffs. Yeah. The initial Colossus hit is to take off weakness is okay though. Like, the only problem is the dots, but you can get good damage on the Colossus, the Myth Colossus. And I think the best, what I've seen successful myths is myths that stack blades and then hit. The only problem there is that ice has really good blade, you know, destroy potential. And they are very high health, so you still have to do some chip damage before you full blade. So they're pretty awkward position, but they still favored, I'm sure. This is, what is this called? The Stone Colossus, right? Clears up to 5 negative charms on your weaknesses. He's only 520. The initial hit is good though. 520 is a lot. Base, well, it's not that much, but with added their damage, it comes out to a lot. Defeated does. Yeah, the main damage dots. Those are pretty annoying. And the bad thing is, like, they'll pair a really good gambit with, like, a really bad dot. I mean, with, like, a timed dot, so that's kind of annoying. Let me tell you something. No, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think because it just takes so long to like activate. Gives the opponent like time to. But what's your main wizard that you usually fight with? I got this card on my fire already. I just don't have brimstone. And have, I was looking at how much you need for brimstone. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. Yeah, fire. I feel like a lot of people like fire. Because I like, even though like fire has always been my main, like always, I lose to fire a lot. It's still my second favorite school. Then again, I've only PvP'd fire at like rank level 40. They're just like super balanced. I mean, in terms of they can do everything. Except for like super good heals, but still. They have really good almost everything. But even though they don't have super good heals, they can still heal. Now it's not that great, but back in the day, they can heal pretty good. Especially with Link. It was hard to, like, easy for them to cleanse the weak infections when they have when they have Link, you can cleanse infections pretty easily. Oops. Reverse chariot? I don't even know that card, honestly. Wait, is it the 8-pip? I don't even know which one is that one. I haven't got all the... I still have to get that card. I haven't got it yet. With the pack, though. Could be viable. fire versus life. I just like seeing life get beat down. Honestly, I think it does make sense using Rebirth over Immolate. Because if you have traps on you, that would indicate enemy is on the offensive. In a sense, you know? Just in theory. We're just theory crafting here. So using... Rebirth will essentially be like a defensive play, but also giving you 2 blades to prepare you for an attack. So essentially puts your opponent like on the middle where he can't really be too offensive. Otherwise you can hit him with like a bladed attack. So he either has to hit you without the traps now, or switch to defense, right? Whereas Immolate only gives you 2 dots and clears the trap, and then gets you a free hit if you can, without a buff. Obviously, we're just playing like just no buffs. So like, let's say the enemy traps you. Everyone has, let's say, 6 pips. He traps you. So you're like, alright, I need to get rid of the trap. Or maybe he's double buffed. Maybe he has a trap and a bubble or something. Or an aura. So you either get rid of the trap, or... So what's the best way? So if you immolate, that's fine. 4 pips. Oh, but Rebirth is 7, right? So I think early game, Immolate might be good. Late game, Rebirth is better probably, right? Or middle to late game. Because Immolate doesn't really do much damage. I would have to relook at the stats on it. Wait, I have it here. Do I even have the card? Yeah. So 790 to clear traps, 3 traps. I mean, I think it's better to either use Rebirth or the trap removal on self that life gives you. Just depending on the scenario. Alright, how do you beat Raw? Is Raw just straight up? Oh, Rebirth is 8. Jeez. Which is fine. I mean, 7 or 8 doesn't matter because you won't be able to convert the pip. can match when he puts on you. Oh, yeah, okay, okay. Finish. The only thing I hate about the Cineopolis is there's no experience. It's like so dumb. I do like the last battle though when you get to pick your minion to fight with you. That's fun. Or I think it's the last one or second to last one. It's one of the last 5, I think, dungeons you get to fight, where you get to choose between the minions to fight. The Bard battles, right? They're called Bard. Nice. I always gotta hit first with this. Because it's technically defensive play, but I think it's good to keep them dragoning. I feel like it's better to for them to be using dragon than redeemer. Cause you don't want to really take a full damage redeemer. And dragon doesn't do a ton of damage. Higher dragon, that is. Higher, like. Whoa, this guy's boosting. I'm almost done with Cineopolis and I just started. Oh wait, no, I still need the 3 big bosses. Forgot. And bar takes forever. It's pretty long. Still need the final act. I'll just do this one first. Oh, the secret minions? I didn't even know about that. The other ones I know are the main quest ones, like the tower and then the Raw and Anubis. Fight the Bard. It's kind of all you need, but still it's fun to use those probably. I wonder if you can redo Bard again. Yeah, I think like the bad thing about the s'mores is that when you fight fire, it forces you to play a certain way. Yeah, like you have to play defensive, and you have to stack your life pips, and and you know, waiting for them to just use their um, waiting for them to use their s'mores. So it's a bit weird. I think what they should do also is revert, um, make frostbite a and snow angel shield clear, because that's what they're used for. They weren't used to frostbite wasn't used to break shield. I mean break blades. It was used to break shields. It doesn't make sense. The same with snow angel. Snow angel didn't. It was made to, you know, break shields and ton of damage. I hate how they changed cards completely. They should make it like a Heliphant. Frostbite hits, and then it's a dot, like for like 2 or 3 rounds, just like Heliphant. Because we're obviously, I guess the game also wants us to rely on other schools to play, but I don't know. That's why a lot of people use life hit fire, because they have some of the best cards, so everyone's just gonna use their cards. Which I wonder if there's any ice out there that play full fire. I wonder if that would work. Which it might work if you have like the whole gear. I mean, the pet with the... I don't know how much you could get though. Maybe like 170 damage you could probably get. I keep switching to my balance because I think it's controlling my turret, but it's not. I'm like, I have to place a card for turret. I picked her first. This is a fun battle though. I think it's always, I thought minions were always fun to have back in the day. Like in PvP. Obviously the worst feeling ever when your opponent has them though. Because you're like forced to use a multi-pip spell, a multi-damage spell, which was always weaker than like a single target spell. Rebirth here would be good, right? Yeah, Jade with Fairy Minion. That was crazy annoying. double fire dragon. Nice. cool stitch. Just realized it. Wait. Isn't the bubble that gives you 4 that gives you a hit and then a bubble 5 pips? And then the bubble with the crit and damage is 4 pips, right? Wouldn't that be better? I mean, it is 4 pips, but at least you don't have to use 5 pips. Because whenever you use the Frostbird, it doesn't do any damage. I mean, it'll do like at least 100, maybe between 100 to 500 damage, right? But majority of the time, it's only gonna do like 200, 300 damage, which is not that much. Is that worth 1 pip? I mean, I guess sometimes it would be, right? I would probably run, because there's ice, you want bubble control all the time, and which you should get bubble control because you have the pet, you know? So in theory, ice should always have bubble control. Because ice is the only school that gets 6 bubbles because they're pet. But I mean, And if you're like very desperate for bubble control, right, then I think it's okay to use. But you will be down 2 pips for the bubble. I'd have to look at it again. It'll probably be super situational as well. But definitely worth trying, because you don't really need the... Well, 500 damage is probably worth it, right? For a 5 pip spell that gives you bubble. Maybe? Because you're technically paying 4 pips, no. 3 pips for like 500 damage, which isn't a lot. But... interesting. Food for thought. Yeah. Or it could be a good trade, like if they use a 5 pip bubble spell, and then you use your 4 pip bubble spell after. That would be the only time when it's a positive 1 pip. Unless it's fire and they use that. I think fire's bubble is really good, because they do a ton of damage with it still. And like if you're like on the last bubble, because they have 4 bubbles, right? And however many attack bubbles they put in, depends how much they want bubble control. And having bubble control with ice is extremely important. So you would at least want more than 8 bubbles, right? Because if they pack 4 bubbles and 6 hits bubbles, which is probably not practical, but I think if they're them, they could do 3, maybe 4. So you would need at least 4 bubbles, the 2 from the pet, and then 3 from the 4 pit bubble, just to get you ahead. And that's if you use bubble first. Remember, whoever uses the card first is going to be down 1. So technically, if you use bubble first, then they have an advantage if they take 3 attack bubbles. So like, if you know what I mean, so whoever uses the bubble first is going to be down 1 bubble, because they'll get it replaced. Because if you 4 pip bubble, then blade, and 4 pip bubble shield or aura, or do something negative to them, which is always going to be good, you know. And especially as ice, you always have to have pip control. Like, it's insane how much pip control you need. And it's doable when you have a lot of cushion, you know, a lot of health. You can essentially use Surge like twice a game But what I'm wondering is why don't people use... Surge is 4 pips, right? Then what is Empower? 3 pips? He hit him. Like, and I was thinking if Death, like, uses a lot of empowers, and they just constantly keep pip control, and then just keep healing back up with, like, a Wraith, wouldn't that be good? So it negates the 5% damage. And that, I don't know if that's, like, possible, but that would be funny. Oh, yeah. I guess it doesn't, like... well, it doesn't really matter. It won't clog. Nice, we got a beginning game. Fire versus Death. Is there a way to change the hotkeys on here? Like I use maps a lot, but it's on all the way at M, and I don't use M a lot. Or B, is it B? No, it's M. That's very annoying, actually. We got a lot of fluff going on. Just trying to get control, map control. What should we call that? Map control when they're just trading auras and blades and weaknesses. Game control. Because bubble is a map, right? So bubble's like map control, but we just call it bubble control. But then what do we call it if it's with everything? Just shielding, blading, counter blading, all that has to be. We need to find a name for that. In general. They haven't attacked, but they're just posturing. Is he fire? He's low. HP is low for death as well. So he does have bubble though. He's a 35 and minus 2 minus 35s. So he's like down 5%. And so he just needs to hit a normal hit next round. Maybe the Redeemer right there would have been good. Or shield then Redeemer. Okay, interesting. That's actually... No, never mind. I thought it was weaknesses on self. And clear trap? Wait, what? I don't get it. See, why don't... Fires play myth. I feel like they can get more damage off with the 6-pip stone colossus. Because, I mean, the main problem Fire has is that they keep getting weaknessed, right? So... Colossus, Stone Colossus. At least it does a little bit of damage, cause I mean you can also have a snowman in there, but it just snowman doesn't do any damage unless they use a ton of purge. Which I mean that's what you kind of really need as far as purge. You don't need anything else because you can hit through shields. The only thing you can't counter is weaknesses. What is storm? Oh, for the dot. Honestly, why are they using? Why don't they just use their own camp bandit or own turret? I fought a fire that was healing. It was pretty hard. I mean, it just felt unkillable. And you can debate them. Like, let's say you have, well, because if you s'mores and take the backlash, the pact takes away the heals, right? So you can't really heal. I have the storm cards already on my Smurf, like a ton of them. The Kraken, but then I was thinking, why doesn't Ice use that as well? Because our problem is shields, you know, so a 65 blade is never a bad thing. Or what is it, 65? I think it's a 65, right? I mean, it doesn't do any damage, but it will at least be a 65. I mean, it'd be good for like a finishing move. I don't know about just randomly using all the time. It would put you at pip disadvantage. Yeah, that's why I think I would try using s'mores like as a finishing move only. But you can still use immolate to finish them off, because I think base damage immolate is like 2600 damage. So you just double immolate instead of, if you think of it this way. Let's say s'mores does a certain amount of damage, right? And then the backlash hits for like 2k. Well, immolate hits for like 2k, I mean 1k, and then does like 2600 damage. The only difference is it's 8 pips. That probably not. That's not good. So you double immolate is the same as 1 shadow pip. S'mores. So probably won't work because it's 8 pips versus 5 in a shadow. And it's 2 rounds, whereas actually, but now it's different now because S'mores would also be 2 rounds because you have to hit and then you have to activate the hit. And then S'mores, and then Immolate is double hit. Or a hit, then Surge, then hit again. That would be so much damage, but quite a bit of... I mean, if they're healing, right? Like, if they're healing, that's fine to do Immolate, Surge, and then Immolate again. I mean, I feel like that's good. Unless they, like, heal. I mean, if they shield. Then if they shield, then you just use Heliphant or something. I don't know. Blade and then Heliphant, or buff and Heliphant. Yeah, that's right. But it's 6 pip plus 5. So 6 plus 5 is it's actually more than Dumble Immolate, which is 8. Or you can also do Immolate King Arthur, which is 8, 9, 10, 12. Or 8 and Heliphant, because Heliphant does a ton of damage as well. It's like 3k, 1 buff. Which again, if you're fire, all you need is 1 3k hit. One, like, a 3 pip, a 6 to 8 pip spell that hits for at least 3k is pretty much a GG's. For any school, I think. If you can get, like, that, pip per damage. Like, that's 6 to 8 pips, so like 6 pip 3k or 8 pip 35 to almost 4k. That's like GG's. Unless you're super behind and already losing. That should be enough. And plus, they can only do a turret. They can only push 2 dots, right? So you don't want to really use dots until towards the end of the game, where if you can calculate. And turret heals on the next turn. So like, let's say you put a 1500 damage, 4 dots, right? That's 3k if you use Al-Bala or whatever it's called, Allah. The Apocalypse spell. I don't know what it's called. The sheep spell? What's the abbreviation for that spell? I know it's Apocalypse or something. Anyways. And it's 5 pips though. It's a lot. Yeah, it is buff. So, like, you can still use s'mores, that's what I'm trying to say. But you have to use it a little bit more later in the game once they're weaker. So maybe don't pack as many s'mores anymore. Cause I remember, I think they used to pack 6, like max them out, right? Just maybe 4 now, and then just more Heliphants, more Immolates, more King Arthur, stuff like that, you know? Get a little more creative now. I guess fires have to get a little more creative. You have to use your brain a little more. Instead of just using 2 cards, they have to actually use more cards, which is good. I mean, Ice uses almost every freaking card in their library, which is terrible, kind of. because it clogs your deck up really hard. So instead of using s'mores, which was already like a finishing move, now you really have to use it, like calculate it more better. Which I think it's still pretty good because now it's 4 dots. Before, whenever you used s'mores and then they used bandit, you would only could proc 1 dot, but now you can proc 2 dots, which is better. Unless the dots still equal the same as 1. Which I don't think so, right? It shouldn't be. It should still be more damage, actually. So, but if you factor in the damage that they lost from the initial hit, it could be less. Don't really know. I haven't really fought any fires. I would have to. Usually a 2 buffed fire with weakness could still do like 35 initial hit. 3,500. That's a cool car. They have to resort to ice cards. Holy moly! The tie, but still, that's a lot of damage. 4K with 1 blade and a bubble? That's insane. I didn't see. Did you have more blades? Because I did not see any more blades on them. do a quick cantrip for you guys. Alright, Xenopolis is now I hate it. Like it's making me fight 4 different dungeons, all with mob bosses. Why? There's no point. The bosses aren't even strong. So the only point of the boss is just okay. Now this one has a boss, but still, you know what I mean. So do a 1 round, 2 round hit. So we got a bat myth versus fire again. I like to see it though. I like to see the myths coming out. Myth? Which one has less health though? They both have really low health. Or is it a storm? Why are the pets hiding? I don't like that. That's funny. You're waiting for me to hate it. I didn't like it. Honestly, if you're in doubt, I don't like any world except for Arc 1. And that was when I was like 12. Or not 12, but you know, 13, 14. Like, trust me. I only play this game for the PvP. Like, and some bosses, but not all. But man, it's like a wasteful world. It's like a waste of time. Actually, waste of time, because you get nothing out of it other than spellmans. Like, literally, you get nothing. There's no XP. You get 1 card. Like, it's annoying. Oh, you do get the weaving, but no one even weaves that deep. Unless you're like a specifically forced to weave. Like Death is forced to weave. To Pirate Dragon. I mean, no one else. I mean, unless you're gonna get the blades, but they cost 1 pip. They're good for PvE, but what if you're already finished PvEing? I mean, the bubble aura is okay, but it's again 1 pip, so. Soda pop like? Which one's sour? I don't remember that. Yeah, honestly, it's just like I'm glad I didn't have to do whatchamacallit, the catacombs. Wow. The only world worse than Cineopolis is the catacombs. Maybe they might be equally bad, but again, Cineopolis catacombs does have good gear that you will be forced to farm if you're like maxing at 130. But if you skip it, you don't have to do it. kills there. Oh. Oh, yeah, I think I remember where it's at. I literally cruise through. I cruise through every world, but I'm trying to think. The Gobbler is probably the most memorable boss there in the Caramel, the Gobbler King boss, because it was so hard to beat. Like, I think it was the hardest boss in my questing when I was questing through. Like, wow, that was annoying. I like this blade stacking by the myth. I think that's how myths not have to, but it's a good place to. It kind of forces you to play it defensive a little, because you're always trying to break their shield and stuff. I mean, break their blades instead of being on the offensive. I mean, obviously, it's a little better if you're ice, because you can break blades really easy. Like, hit through blades and take them off. I mean, Sinopolis is a lot faster. I'm gonna complete it in like almost 5 hours now, or 3 hours. But I have a max wizard leading the way, so it might be different if you're solo. And I have the that speed, creepy clown card. So could be different. Yeah, that's pretty insane. What? I mean, it gives a rebirth, right? Like, best scenario for rebirth. Maybe that's why Ices are running rebirth now. People keep using that card. It's a lot of damage though. Isn't it 4 pips? How many pips is it again? Isn't it a 4 pip spell? At most 3 feints and 6 pips. But even then, that's still a lot. Five pips, still a lot. It is a finishing move though, which this guy is not using it as. I don't know if he has the right health, right? Looks like it's too small, the health. Or maybe he's missing 200 HP. I don't remember the exact stats. That's GG's. What I'm more... I think what they could have done with Shadow was maybe use the Shadow Pip as like a way to decrease your spell by like 2 pips, you know? And maybe increase it by a little bit of damage, but not a lot. Maybe like 5%, you know, or maybe 10% for some schools. But the changing the card completely and then like making it absolutely super OP for some schools. Remember, some schools have a very strong Shadow Pip spell. Ice has terrible Shadow Pip spells that are only useful in certain situations, you know. But like fires, like hitting schools, they have like the best spells. Like I don't even think of carrying other than Grim. I mean not Grim. Ice. What is it called? Ice freeze. The beam or whatever for ice. I mean the other ones are terrible. I think the Cataclysm one looks pretty good though. But the bad thing is it uses your weaknesses on the opponent, so it's like do you really want to take your weakness off on the opponents when you need them? But the only really useful, I mean the really good packs are the shield packs, you know, like claim your own packs. I mean they claim your own shields. Those are good. I feel like that would be like a decent move because you obviously want to use Shadow Pips as like a reserve, like an extra pip spell, so you don't use it on your normal pips. So maybe using it a different way instead of like buffing your attacks. It should maybe be more of a support pip instead of an attacking type of style that they have it right now. Or a card, like a specific card. I don't know. Something. Like I know they did something with it, like with the Darkmoor spells. If you use a Shadow Pip, it turns into 2 pips. So I was like, that doesn't sound terrible, other than the packs being absolutely like garbage. But where's my game freezing? Says it is losing. Memory. I don't really like watching life fight. He's triple bladed. Double bladed, rather. I did beat the Sergeant. I don't know. Life yesterday, though. I had like 2 trifolds on him in the beginning, and then I put 2 more treasures. So I was just stacking the, and then I double healed full health, like 4k HP, and I won. Pretty good, I think. I need to stop. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to beat it today. How did it get heal? Oh, it's not heal, it's minus. This is a double-bladed s'mores. Into a life who has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 tips. Wow, that's still 92 damage. Just unlock the shad guys. Oh, good lucks. Eclipse, where's that at? Wow, look at that. Oh, nice. He clears all 4. And the power pip, that's insane. Just, is he gonna cat bandit? Oh, double. thing. To a brace. Honestly, I think they just need to take their time. Once fire finds their pace and rhythm, I think those should be okay. Another Spinosaur? He has enough pips, right? Yeah, he does. That's insane. Double s'mores into double Spinosaur. Spinosaur, right? That's insane. Bro, just leave, man. It's over. Wow, I honestly think you could use Spinosaur now as an ice. Instead of like, well, maybe Turret is okay, but yeah, I think you can. Wow, this is like the first time I went first in like 20 battles so far. Which is kind of crazy that he's still pretty close. Still pretty close match. But obviously, GG's. That was insane though. He did double Spinosaur. Double s'mores and then the guy did double Spinosaur. I don't know how he was able to get 20 pips in 2 rounds. Well, not 2 rounds, but you know what I mean. I guess that's pretty funny. I think you have to use s'mores when they're like low on pips. Like if you have pip advantage. But again, that's pretty hard to do. Because what if they just always keep max pips all the time? That's a funny spell. What is the obelisk puzzle? When it's like a snake, moon, croc, and bird. I mean, not an obelisk. It's just like... Use obelisk in the Tomb of the Forgotten. Oh my gosh. Just finish already, man. Just one. Can you go first? Let me go first. I never go first in this stupid game. I once got double stunned, back-to-back stunned. That was insane. It was so funny. Like, I got stunned, and then they used another Stormlord, and they broke my shield, and then when it went back to them, one of the third minions used Stormlord. Using all four in one game, I can... Using all four accounts questing on the same quest? I mean, two the same, then. The other two. Helping. At 2 max and 2. That's a lot. I'll probably do that next week. I'll be off for like a week next week, so should be fun. Not really, unless I just don't play for a week because I have a ton of stuff to do. But I should be ready for fire PvP by then. But then no, it just feels harder now to play fire. I mean, not harder, but you know, gotta think a little more. Which back then when S'more's initial hit was powerful, it looked very simple. Yeah, I need a ton of spellmans. Then again, balance doesn't need a lot of other schools, but they have spells on their own. But you do need a few. Like the samurai guy. I think he's a spellman. You gotta. Didn't do that, man. Gosh, I'm really getting super annoyed at this Cineopolis gameplay. It's getting very trashy. I'll be right back. Like, I don't know what's going on. It's like the same battles over and over again. Yes, I know. Just let's go. Holy moly, man. It took forever. I remember this guy. Luminous Prophet, how do you beat him? Does he have cheats? Minions? Nautilus Unleashed. What is that? I'm not sure. I just used that. I didn't know. Moonshines. I wish I have to work tomorrow, so no fun today other than grind. It. Just a revive kill, that's all they wanted. That's Amoots. I have 144 Amoots. Oh, the Nautilus one? That's a hard one to get, though. I don't even know where to get it. And I need 100. Close to 100 brimstones still. Or maybe, well, that's like about 90 brimstones. Finally completed the portion of the first portion of Xenoopolis. idea how to beat it. Why is it so low sometimes? I hate when it does that. What the hey? So you just left. Can't trust anybody anymore in 4s. Honestly. How pathetic. I think I'm almost done. There's like not many good games playing right now. Is this guy for real? I don't get it. They just left. I don't understand. Maybe the next one. I'll see how this one goes. I'm still stuck in it because one guy stayed, and I don't want to leave them behind. So I guess I just joined a team, and then it's one of the bosses in Cineopolis. The one where it's at the top of the pyramid, almost towards the end. I think it's like one of the second to last boss. But anyways, someone left. I might need help on the next one though. Isn't there a polymorph one? How did I fizzle? Yeah, I think I'm in the one before that, where you fight, you go through like 3 rooms, I think. I'm at the old quack right now. Dang, look at getting used in action. I guess versus life, it's not that good. You get wrecked. The lunatic. I just realized that's what it meant. That's funny though. Dang it, this is a hard one. So just frenzies, no traps, right? Or something like that. They can still hit you though. The old 1-2 punch. Bro, why'd you trap? He used traps and he did like a Legion shields. we're dead. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I mean, I'm at the last bottle. I don't think you can pour it in unless we restart, which would be faster probably. I think we got it though. Took a minute. I hate that sometimes you can't do anything. What drops from here? I like how the tick, no, it's a visual bug, but he keeps doing the death animation for him. Own it. We're almost dead, but I think we can win. Except for the death guy, he just heals everything. Lets us die. I think we got it. Nice. I guess we beat it. Oh, the what drops from here? Ooh, you get Spellman packs? I mean, not Spellman packs, but Spellman packs. You can help with the polymorph one if you want. I don't remember how it goes. But also might be busy as well. So it's you. Thank you for doing my plants. I really hate the plant stuff right now. Frog polymorph? Imagine having to beat him with just the auto attacks or whatever attacks they get. When I'm done watching PvP. Is that 19? 1769. Whatever that is. No, it polymorphed me back. Whatever this is. I have no sound on, I forgot.
Perhaps I should increase the adorability quotient.
Where is this cactus guy?
If I can't change you, I will upgrade myself.
Malice Star. That's a funny card. I'm not done yet. I'll be able to hit next round. Let's go! Whatever this is. The Arcanum bit.
You
That's a
are
lot.
challenging, Earthborn. What?
What does this give? Some more pips and more. What is this guy? I've never fought him.
So, you are some variety of moon duck.
No, original.
Wizard, a small ask, if I may. Thanks, Wizard. You're a pal.
Hey, kid. Sorry about all of it. But look, you should know Kansu's knowledge was vast. He monitored the whole spiral for, I don't know, ever? He saw worlds form and die. And he saw some...
Darn it, I closed my other wizard. Is there a collect all garden spell? I messed up right here.
Hey, you will always have your friends.
What a waste of time. I got nothing out of that. Like, that's insane. Nothing. Like, all these cards I got from my ice. I pulled them.
Oh. No, there isn't an induction ceremony. Go talk to the tree. Scholar Wizard, Please report to the Arcanum for some fool thing or another.
Only a nightmare.
Why can't I train this? I already have it. It doesn't make sense. Unless I need to do another quest.
Hello there.
Oh, dang it, I messed up.
Surprise!
No, I meant to do the... Nice. No, my spell card.
took my Thor. That makes us enemies for life.
My thorn! The precious thorn for my paw! You have done me a great service, wizard. Here, take a lock of fur. May knowledge preserve you.
In the world. What? 4K HP, didn't see that. That's actually insane amount of health for Storm. Do I kill? Oh, I barely kill. Nice.
Wizard, your jewel pouch is almost full. Sock it or discard some jewels to make room in your inventory.
Oh, my game is lagging. It's fine. Vivarium. It's hard to kill the fighting circles on this map because it's so like square. You don't really know where the battles are. So like multiple times I was getting split up with my max. With the monster fights. It was annoying. Stop. I'm done.
Ow! My scale fell off. Now I have to comb the others over.
An alligator.
Scorch his soul to cinders. Join me, wizard, and we will show the Moon King true vengeance.
Okay, what's wrong with this stupid YouTube? Is just annoying right now. It's hard to edit videos.